My feisty little chocobo. I'm not even here for the feature. I'm not even here for the story. I'm here for that 3,000 XP. 3,000 out of 1,456,000. The unmistakable scent of chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Why? How? Oh, I guess I have one. Would I be correct in assuming you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lucalo over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning the fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. What? What is this? This is just a barnacle flying around. It's not even the one you might think it would be. Where is Bent Branch Meadows? Am I even near there? Where am I? I'm over here. Why? I guess that's just where they might. Maybe they thought that was where I would have been at the time. Maybe that looked. Oh, who knows what that does? But maybe they just thought I would have been there when it was time to start that quest, and they needed to shepherd me over here, or something. My go-to is I'm like, why doesn't the quest just start here? Why did it start over there? That person just tells me to go talk to this person. That's not in character. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing, asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Oh, of course not. Definitely not. Most of the content in this game is optional, sir. It's pretty much always like, wee, let's fight for no reason. Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Gishel greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. There's a guy. Oh wow, he's themed. He's all red, and so is his chocobo. Yeah, I know this is a thing in Final Fantasy, but I've only encountered the Gishel greens in the Vath storyline. I think Vath liked to eat Gishel greens, and so he was like working for them instead of pay, because the Vath have no concept of commerce money. They only barter. Have you acquired the greens? Yeah. Superb. Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of Gishel greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can force them to, like, die for you and stuff. It's pretty sweet. You can prevail upon it to fight beside you, and then, once called, it would be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. How do I do that with the controller? You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortams family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. Let's see. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gishel greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broodses that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of Gishel greens in your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Fighting with a chocobo. In addition to riding him, you can also summon your chocobo to fight alongside you. To do so, you will first require some Gishel greens. Use the greens. Use the greens! They gain experience points and grow just as you do in combat, but can only fight in the same places in which they can be ridden. When traveling the world alone, your feathered companion may turn the tide when fighting enemies of a comparable level. Yeah, no, it's a really big deal. It's like having a wait. That's a... Yeah, can't you do that in Old Republic? Can't you, because you get companions in that game. Can't you have one of them go around with you as a sidekick and help you out in combat? And then, obviously, like Monster Hunter with the Palicos and whatnot. It's a, among other things, it's a way to allow you to balance the game more for multiplayer than single player and make it more compelling, is to have companions that you can take with you to even your odds when you're playing alone. But then it'll be better balanced when you play with larger groups. And then, like, usually when you have a full group, then you can't have your companion with you anymore. That kind of thing. So what level are you? Once summoned in battle, your Chocobo will remain with you for 30 minutes Earth time, or until he suffers injuries grievous enough to make him flee. Use it from your orders menu. Withdraw. And free stance. Defender, free, and attacker. So I need another Gishel Green every 30 minutes or every time he dies. Oh, he's level 61 already. Oh yeah, his name's Orenko, I forgot. That's an older name that I use less frequently, but it's around. I might have named a character in a RPG playthrough that at some point. It's like on my larger rotation. Pretty much just from old MMO characters when you'd have alts. Remember alts? Not anymore, huh? Attacker stance. Only use attacker skill tree. Healer. And then defender. So he can be a tank, a healer, or a DPS basically, or he can use free stance. So just let him do what he wants. He said the tree, implying that he has a tree? Apparently. Fate failed. I don't want to be in a fate. Shut up. Help. Get them, Orenko. If I hit them too much, it won't count as you helping or something, maybe. They're very low level. Alright, I'm surprised that he... Because they said that they gain experience like you do, but they literally mean they just share experience. They just are your level. I thought you had to train your Chocobo. Like a Pokemon. Like a Pokemon's. A Dr. Pokemon's. They are baby level. Anyway, back to it. So if I fly away, what happens to my Chocobo? Do they disappear? Is he flying after me right now? Aw, that's disappointing. Will he appear when I land? Okay, there, yeah, his health bar's back. There he is. Wasn't sure what the rules were gonna be. It's weirdly off-putting to see him walk at my speed. The slower gait feels more menacing. You have successfully negotiated your first few battles with your Chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring, fighting with your feathered companion? Your Chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Ah, before I forget, I have one last parting gift, a saddlebag for your Chocobo. Carrying Gishel Greens about can be quite cumbersome after all, and there can be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. You can access your Chocobo's saddlebag. This supplementary storage window can be accessed via the Chocobo saddlebag located under the character main menu. This spacious sack. Simple transfer items between your saddlebag and your personnel or retainer inventories. You can access it without them being around, but you can't access your saddlebag in instances. So is it in my... It doesn't show up here, but I think I saw it there. Yeah, Chocobo Saddlebag. 70 item slots. Man, I mean, that would have been helpful for when I was a culinarian, maybe, if I could craft from that inventory, which I probably can't. But, it's maybe a place where I could put my dyes instead of on my retainer or something. That might be less convenient, actually, because my retainer can be in the same room as my glamour chest, and my chocobo cannot. I have been selling stuff on the auction house to try to recoup some of that money from the previous stuff. Greetings, sir. Tell me, how goes the training of your avian mount? I could not help but notice that there is some bias towards real-life combat. All battle and no bonding makes for a less noble bird. I see that you already have a fine residence of your own. Why not build a stable for your chocobo? Closeness leads to fondness, and there are other perks. Indeed, I could tell you of those and more if you wish. We of Ishgard have a knack for chocobo husbandry. We have forgotten more than Gridania will ever know, I fear. Do we have a stable? I don't know anything about our house. I guess it counts as my house? I've never gotten my own house, I don't think. One Ishgardian knack is to stable chocobos at one's residence. That makes it possible to train and feed birds. The second knack... What does this term mean in this context? Is to keep the stable meticulously clean and picked up. Chocobos are cleanly creatures and easily distressed by slovenly housekeeping. Shall we get straight to it? Pick up every vegetable scrap littering the stable, if you please. Ah, yes. Vegetable scraps. That's what you famously have to clean out of stables. Vegetable scraps. Wouldn't want them to wilt. Am I gonna have to clean up the poop of my chocobo, like, on a daily basis? Is that a new thing I gotta do? I've made a mistake. I don't think I want to hire a chocobo. This is all a mistake. Why have I done this? Have you collected all the vegetable scraps? Very good. I will take those. The place is as fresh as cream. How well the chocobos look, fluffing their feathers in contentment. You could do well to lay in a magicked broom. Lay in a magicked broom? You shall need to use those for proper cleaning, but that is another time. There is more to stable care than simple cleaning. And that brings us to the third Ishgardian knack, fresh feed. I am not the aptest tutor for this craft, however. There is... aptest? Yeah. There is one with that has the knack right here on Bent Branch. That would be Mistress Margaux, the resident botanist. She is in charge of all cultivars maintaining here in the for the chocobos. Go to her and beg for a few greens and information from her. She will not stint you on either. I've got to clean up after it and feed it? Why am I... No. Having human party members, they just have their own agency. Some feed for your chocobo. Ah, you've come to the right place for it. It has been a warm spring. Try the cracker root. Many birds who would otherwise go off their feed cannot resist these luscious roots. We raise them with love as well as skill. Master Luculot likes to call that a knack. I've no quarrel with it. 'Tis a joy to grow, whether it be vegetables, chocobos, or the skill in one's hands. Why not try your own hand at growing vegetables? You say you have a house. A house must have a field. Food grown with your love and care. How could your bird not thrive eating feed such as that? I feel like you need a pretty big garden to feed the bird this big. Mayhap we are not what we eat, elsewise my father would be a codfish aswim in butter. But the feed certainly makes chocobos, aye. So sensitive is their nature that you can see the effect of a particular feed as clear as day. But I have yet to tell you about the main feeds. You are sure to be fascinated. I'm not sure if that's maybe the case. Shall we ever tire of speaking of Gishel greens? Precious, luscious plants. You can summon and train your birds with these greens, but as wonderful as Gishel greens are, they are hardly unique in being attuned to specific areas of chocobo's abilities. The art of raising a chocobo involves choosing a balance of these vegetables to feed to your bird, thus creating a chocobo that is, well, just so. The best laid plans of wranglers are often frustrated by a picky eater, though. Do make sure to come to know your bird's likes and dislikes. They are no pieces of magitech to bend to your will, but when bird and man grow together, why, you might soon discover something very special indeed. Aye, and you do well to grow your own feed. Might as well fight with the pine sword, raise a chocobo without a vegetable field of your own. Visit a store to buy seeds, and remember, love and skill, there's the knack. I do go on, don't I? You came for a handful of feeds and got an earful, but that's the way it is with us botanists. Take this fine specimen of cracker root to your sweet chocobo. I wish you both the joy of it. So does feeding them give them experience points? Like into their trees they apparently have? Also, the chocobo gets a skill tree? I don't have a skill tree. Like, I don't have this game doesn't have skill trees. Are you saying the chocobo has one? That's weird in its own right. Aye, were you able to collect some chocobo feed? Margaux's never stingy with her vegetables. As fine a crackerroot as I've ever seen. A magnificent specimen. This will make the training all the more effective, I believe. We come to the fourth knack of chocobo husbandry, Zev. Training. I hear head wrangler Keitha? Wow. Wow. Okay. I think in like 7th grade, like in middle school, I researched my own name and found that like Keith means some nonsense as like wood of the battlefield and hair and that sentence went nowhere. And Ballard means bald man. And in the process discovered not only is there a distressing number of ways to spell Keith that are just weird, like K-E-A-T-H. Also, the female version of Keith, which you've never seen ever, don't lie to me, it doesn't exist, is Keitha. And ever since learning that, I have still never seen it anywhere until now. And I'm like, I'm probably more than twice as old as I was the day that I learned that name existed. And here it is. Wow. Fucking closed a circle today. I hear head wrangler Keitha about her work. There's a thought. Go and speak with her. She will tell you much and more of training chocobos. Oh, there she is. Nice to see you, adventurer. Here to learn about training your bird, you say? Sable your chocobo and you'll be able to train the sweetheart. But you need to give him a treat straight after, and not a moment later. What I do is go pick up a choice bit of feed before I get the bird into training. The results vary, as that slick ruffian in the Ebon Stalls used to say. Around here, results depend on how clean the stables are, what treats you give, but as long as you love your chocobo, it's hard to muck it up. Well now, got a fine root, a crack root on you already. That'll work a treat, no pun intended. Go on, start training little Leia there. Why wouldn't I train my own chocobo? You weirdos. Croak? Or something? I just point. Wow, training. I pointed and then they kicked. Training! Roar! You feed little Leia a gigantic cracker root after her training. How did I even learn how to train it? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what a chocobo's supposed to do. That was sweetly done, venturer. You've got some skill at this, I reckon. Some are made to train just that one bird, but you can handle any chocobo. Some venturers share a stable, you know. Might be you could care for birds other than your own. You muck out the stables, means you're helping raise the other adventurers' birds as well as your own. Don't matter who did the mucking out, really. Those birds have been cared for, you see. That ought to hold you for a while, aye. No use pouring too much wine into a cup. You'd best return to Lucolo before his Iscardian brain case starts imagining the worst. He can literally see us from here. He's facing us, and there's nothing in the way. I haven't wandered off like a lost child. Oh, that's a beak. Sweetly done. High praise indeed from Keitha, apparently. Excellent, excellent. I have now taught you all the knacks you must needs know at this time, I believe. It is my hope that you will add a stable to your residence, and there raise a chocobo to serve as your brave mount and trusted companion. How I long to meet that bird someday. I trust you will not disappoint me. You can place a stable at a free company in private estates. It can host everybody in the company's mounts. Train increases his XP. Give him a reward. And he grows different colored feathers based on the vegetables you feed him. Okay. Oh wow, is the top corner over? Oh. Now it just says press back to confirm destination, and it just shows my next story mission, I think. Oh. Well, that was a way shorter chain of things than I expected. Apparently, I guess the top corner is primarily just there to tell you whenever it's time to, it probably just tells you whenever it's time to do your next class quest, and that's it. Otherwise, it probably just, some of the stuff that unlocked PvP modes might have been up there. But otherwise, maybe it is just your chocobo. That is funny. And here I let myself believe, and I probably talked about it in past videos, which will get corrected in the past, but it's too late. Here I thought that top corner was going to keep telling me the most important blue side quest to do next to unlock another major feature or something. Because there's definitely more. This world has so many. Just too many. Like, there's, like, who's that? What's that one do? I wish that you could click on one of these people and check what the blue does, but usually it doesn't tell you. Yeah. Where the heart is, the lavender beds. The best you can do is just look up the quest and find out that way. But maybe there's like articles I can find of the most important side quests and check that out. In the meantime, I guess it's time to go check out our home and see if there's a chocobo stable, which I assume there would be. They keep saying that he's going to gain experience, which confuses me because he's already my level. But maybe they start out at your current level when you get one. And they only match that level. And I just like skipped the progression system like crazy by having them already be level 61 or something. Stable my chocobo. You cannot stable your chocobo while he's summoned. Okay. Do. There you go. There's nothing in this bed. Looks like there's stuff in that bed. Stable my chocobo. There we go. Orenkel is now here. So the stable can house as many chocobos as it wants. It just doesn't tell us. You just can't see them all. Maybe you can make a bigger stable that eventually shows all of them. But this one only has room for 2, but actually has room for all of them. Clean stable. Use the magic stable broom to clean the stable. You must possess a magic stable broom. I don't have magic. And without magic, I cannot clean the stable. Okay, and the cleanliness is poor. Our guild is not doing a good job, as it turns out. Alright, tend to my chocobo. Train. Wait, do I have food for it? Okay, yeah, because they did give me some. This thing's popping up. It's possible to grow a diverse variety of plants in both your garden and patch and flower pots. To get started, you need to obtain seeds and soil. Soil comes in various grades, influences. It seems all botanists and miners can get some of the stuff. Seems relatively intuitive for the most part. Kentucky Fried Chocobo and Bertha are both Andrews? And then there's someone by Kalen Ather. Well, I don't even recognize that name. So the existing ones are someone who I don't know, and then 2 of Andrew's, and then mine. So none of the people that I would know even have their Chocobo at the stable. So I guess that's why they're poorly taken care of. Because basically the only person to take care of them has probably been Andrew. And he's not. Okay, so train. I train him and then click on the route. I click train, not feed, right? Look at him go. He looks tired or sick? Does he not like that one? You can train them every 1 hour, apparently. Change name, fetch, view details. Rank 0. So this is the thing that I'm leveling up, which is not their level. It's like a different level or something. Color. I wonder how you combine the... You choose the colors and all that. I don't know. Huh. Like, I don't know. I heard what they said earlier about feeding them. I mean, like, I wonder how you get to whatever particular colors, or even what I'd want them to be. Yellow actually contrasts well with my character being blue. But I guess that's how you find your way to, like, the skill trees eventually, is you level them up. They confused me because obviously level means level normally, and it's like, well, they're level 61. So you wouldn't think you could level your Chocobo to be higher level than you. So I thought for a second that maybe just doing the quest so late made my Chocobo skip to level 61, and you have to grind otherwise normally. But it looks like there's a completely separate ranking system going on here, where you just come over and you just keep doing this thing every hour. I guess I'll visit him when I log in to do my dailies or something. And maybe eventually I'll unlock story content as a result or something. I don't know. Otherwise it's just training montages. I don't know how much will come of this ultimately. What is worth noting though is wow, there's a lot going on in here now, huh? I haven't been here that much lately. Music playing. Still got my food steaming hot and all the alcohol by my chair. Everyone just kind of slowly customized parts of this. This now has a wall. It's really cluttered environments. There used to be NPCs down here, but I think they're all in the front room now. I don't know. What does a room look like when I have the power to choose what's in it? Do I even have anything I'd put there? I came here because I'm pretty sure I unlocked 300,000 gil. Holy crap. That's a chunk of change, bro. That said, I think a long time ago somebody gave me the gil to buy this. I think I remember somebody giving me the gil in the first place to buy this. I think that already happened. But then I didn't have it unlocked yet because I hadn't done Immortal Flames stuff enough, and then I just awkwardly didn't buy it after they gave me the money. So, I can buy that now. It will not be refunded under any circumstances. Also, it's permanent, right? You don't have to rent it over and over again? I think you have to rent these places, like these buildings, because they have a fixed location and a real place. And you can, like, lose it or something. But I don't think I lose my character's special room. I think it just kind of teleports from building to building somehow, essentially. I have a room. There's nothing in it. It's like an itty-bitty Animal Crossing type thingy. Now all I gotta do is figure out where one even keeps items in the first place that you can put in here. They didn't exactly give me a pop-up when I came in here, did they? I don't know if I even have any items here. What is an ice rondo? I have no quests, but certain quest items kind of stick around. The Aether Compass, I guess, is just gone forever, though. Well, maybe I'll research this later. But at the moment, I have no idea what to actually do in here. There's not even like a retainer bell. Maybe you can place one. There's no bed. There's no glamour stuff. I can't put decorations up. I don't know how to customize. I don't know if you can change the theme of like the walls when you first get in or anything. Let's see. How many of these people can we go to? You see that painting a lot. There's part of it is people are using the same pieces ultimately. They have to be choosy. There's the green screen we were on before. It's funny in its own way that that's like a thing you can do. Be awkward if the person I walked into the room of was here. They've got music playing, a bed, like a spa. They have a staircase going up. They have a second floor. It's hard to use. It's probably not an entirely intended thing. It's clipping through some stuff. But you can get a second floor forced in here, which is really use the space. Most of the characters we have are much smaller than me. Including some of them being like Carbuncle is a Lalafell, so you'd have a lot more space. This is a commitment to a very specific theme of items. Wow, this is all Carbuncles. I don't know what else I expected. You can't go into Effie's room. Effie's too private. You won't be spying on his stuff. A lot of posters in here. That one always finds a place. They sleep behind an ice block wall, also a carbuncle bed. And here's their anime posters, basically. Oh, they're really heavy on posters. Next to the Andrews, it says, keep your hands to your... He has nothing. Andrews is just a square, just like mine. We both paid 300,000 gil to have a square. I'll figure it out at some point. I don't even know what I can put in there yet, though, so we'll see. Either way, that's enough for now. Ah, shit. We're at the Golden Saucer again. So... It's been like a week now since the part where I unlocked having followers or squads or whatever they're called. I don't know. There's a lot of, this is their terms. It's one of those things where like it's a mechanic that's in like 12 different games, so it's like, what was it called in this game? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm trying to do more challenge log stuff because I still don't have any of them. It's been like a week and I don't have a single follower yet. Like, they give you 3 and they're like, we need a 4th one to go on missions. And it's like, well, I can't do a single mission to proceed with this entire mechanic until I get one of these dudes. And apparently doing Beast Tribe quests on a regular basis, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Those 2 procs per week or whatever have not led to me having enlistment papers. So then I'm like, okay, well, what can we do? We can do Golden Saucer. I can get 100 MGP for minigames and play 3 minigames. It's like, okay, well then 2 birds, 1 stone. I can make content here. Let's try some minigames that I haven't played before. And then that's more new content too. So I'll cover Golden Saucer a bit while trying to get the other thing to work. Funny how I go. Play a round of Monster Toss for 1? Okay, that's cheap. How does it work? Do I just press it during the middle part? Oop. Almost. Oh.
They moved the thingy, and you can't see it when it's under the bar. That means you can't just memorize the timing, you gotta like... First of all, not talk, because if I commentate while doing it, we've been over how that affects reaction time. God damn, I'm on a spree. That's 30 megaba! That's a third of my goal, and a third of my do games goal. Although at that rate I'd need 4 to get to 100. Crystal Tower Strike? I've never... Oh wait, I should be wearing my Golden Saucer costume. There it is. I got the Gambler set, and these horns are also from Golden Saucer. And all that. Because yeah, I've got everything I'd want from the store at this point. Everything else I just think is kind of not interesting. But I mostly... well, I mean, at my peak, I would stand around in the Golden Saucer next to the person that sends you to gates, and then I would just sit there and eat breakfast and like watch YouTube, and basically every 20 minutes when a gate would proc, I would go to the gate and do that event, like Slice is Right and stuff like that, and the platforming one. I think I've already shown them during the main series. Not like giving the game my full attention, like I would just be getting ready for the morning and so on, and I'd play a little gate for a minute every 20 minutes until I was like done with my morning and was ready to move on to the rest of my day, basically. So it's just like a side task, and those can easily get you like 3k to 6k each, which is a decent chunk. And then I play the scratch. I was playing the scratch ticket thing every day, and that would give you anywhere from like 200 to 10,000 if you were lucky enough to get the 1, 2, 3 in one thing. I'd play the lottery once a week, which itself is a minor investment. And like the larger investment thing I would do was that over there with Masked Rose. He tells you to get in a costume, and it's kind of... He gives you like a little hint. Sloppy Sailor. The Ride of Tides, Damascus Chic, Sleight of Hand, Tip of the Heart. So these are like clues of what you're supposed to wear. Oh, I haven't done it this week yet, huh? Did it start this week? Review my best... Okay, I haven't done it this week. Okay, I'll just present myself for judging right now. Fuck it. Oh. It's from Friday, so it's I'm doing this on like a Wednesday, so we're between them. I didn't know there was a between events time. I guess Wednesday and Thursday this event's not available at all. I thought it was just a weekly reset. That's why I was confused that I hadn't done it. But it's because you can't have it done right now. But basically, if you just present yourself for judging without even trying, you get 10,000 just right off the bat. Just 10,000 MGP, which is just a lot by those standards to get for that even trying. There, the MGP down here. But if you look up a guide online, or I guess actually try to solve it, if you wear a specific combination of clothes and they're dyed to specific colors, then what you can end up qualifying for 60,000, which is just a monster amount. And so I would just look up the guide every week and pop in and do that, and 60k a week is actually a mountain of it. That's almost enough for a dance right there. And these entire costumes, like this one in the bunny costume, are themselves only, they're 200,000 each to get the full set. So if you just pop in once a week, do that one event, and that's it. That's already enough to qualify for the entire costume after about a month, not counting any of the other ways of getting MGP. And so that's where I slowly got the stuff I wanted. I don't like any of the mounts, so I don't even bother qualifying for them. How do you play this one? Oh, you have to stop it right at the end. Oh, I was way... Wow. That wasn't even close. Glancing. 10. Fair. Weak. So this... Unlike most gambling type stuff, you just profit by playing stuff here. I did a bad job and it gave me 10, and it doesn't only cost 1 to play. Well, is it moving at a different speed each time? I'm still fucking it up. I gotta press it earlier, I think. I think it goes slower the longer you wait. It's interesting. Oh yeah. I'm never gonna get it. Crushing! 15. Size doesn't matter, challenge complete. Ah. I just want to have one good one. I guess I have to wait for it to go slow, and then see if I can time it right then. Yeah, definitely go slower. Ah! It's hard. It's a really small goal. How long does it take to go slower? Yeah, it's like that long. I wonder if it goes slower again. Yay, there it is. Pulverizing. And the reward is 25. It's not even that much more to make it worth it committing that much. Okay. Size doesn't matter completed, which gave me 1000 MGP. So I guess that's the other stuff. Is the whole time I was, I didn't have my challenge log all this time, and I could have been passively unlocking money. Like this gives me like doing my beast tribe quests. That's 3,000 gold right there, or gil. Like that's not the worst to just be getting for free. And there's also experience bonuses. That's probably why Effie and Andrew were out leveling me a bit if they weren't doing anything else, just because they'd be getting these weird bonuses that I wasn't, because I just didn't have the system unlocked at all. And yeah, all these times you do things at the Golden Saucer, you get more Golden Saucer points in addition to that. So you're just missing out if you don't have this unlocked, apparently. I almost have the 100, but I did my three different ones, which is the main goal. I would like to try out different games if I can find them. I actually don't really know much about this place. So Monster Toss. I think we played the ones that are here. Let's see what's upstairs. I have 2 sprint buttons that stack according to one Reddit post, so who knows if that person was telling the truth or not. Raymond. Big statue. They hide anything up here? Mahjong. Oh god. Mahjong. It chases me everywhere. How? No. For patrons who prefer intellectual stimulation, we have Mahjong. For everyone else, we have Kafakur. Okay. Can you actually play those games? I don't actually see it. I don't think you can play Mahjong. Ow. Interesting. It just doesn't seem to be here. Maybe one of these days I'll get good at trippy. Good job. Perfect sentence. Maybe I'll get good at triple triad. Didn't really grab me though. Not like Gwent or even the Shovel Knight game. The one from the King's game where you played the weird slidey stuff. Oh, this is a claw machine. Oh no. Oh. How does this work? I don't get it. Can I have a tutorial? You hold it down? Ah. There it is. You got the little stupid face. Seized. What did I get? 10. From small things. That's pretty much our goals for today. Try to get the little bitty one. No, so you have to stop. You don't want to have the Moogle hovering over the thing. You want to physically overlap the character model. There you go. That's not so hard. It's weird not having it be rendered in game, at least, like Yakuza, or every other game that has a claw game in it. So I guess these are the main mini games. They really are just a brief. They're a pretty brief little distraction. Cuff occur. This is what they referred to earlier. How do you play cuff occur? Do I have to press it in the middle? Wait. Oh. We're talking about punching people. This is just the same game from earlier, basically. Oh, it's the guy from the... it's the guy from the Mandeville storyline, too. That's funny. Brutal. 25. Yeah, it's just that dude. The good dude with chicken. Something about Kafakur's phrasing made me think that you were going to, like, throw a ring onto his head or something. But I guess that's not what we were going for. I was very off base. This area is surprisingly sparse, all things considered. I would kind of expect them to add more. Maybe they do sometimes. But it's a lot of running to get to very distantly distributed, brief games. Oh no, this is just the lottery. So this isn't a game to play right now. It's the Jumbo Cact Pot. It's just a weekly lottery. You pick 4 digits, and then the random number is generated every week, and if you share the 4th digit of your 4 digits with the number that was chosen, then you win the smallest prize. If your last 2 digits match, you win the next smallest prize, and so on until you get the jackpot if you literally guess the exact same 4 digits at random, which apparently Effie has done, so he just got 1,000,000 GP right there, which, I mean, that's just astonishing. To win. That's just absurd to actually get the exact, like, it's like 1 in 10,000 chance or something like that to guess the exact same things. You do get to pick 3 lottery tickets per week, though. Generally speaking, like everything here, you can't really lose. You always profit one way or another. But anyway, the important thing is, did I do it? New recruits, no. Cool. So, this was a waste of time. Whatever. It's content, But I triggered 2 more things. And it did not result. So now I've triggered 4 challenges this week at least, and I still don't have a single new follower. So, that mechanic's just going to be on pause for a while until I get around to that. In the meantime, I'm going to go find something else to pursue. There it is. This was funny because when I looked this one up, I was like, oh, I actually remember that NPC. I've noticed him in passing, the troubled adventurer in the middle of Ul'dah. So this is apparently how you get the ability to send your retainers on missions. So that seems like something I should probably have. Several adventurers are having difficulty summoning their retainers. Should you wish to offer your assistance, you will find these troubled souls in Limsa, Lominsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. Okay. The rewards will be the same regardless of whom you help, so do not hesitate the adventure of your choice. Okay. That almost seems like an unnecessary explanation in front of this thing, but okay. Venture! I've just seen venture tokens. I think that's what they're for, is for these guys, but... These, for your retainers, but it's like I just keep getting venture tokens every now and then and not knowing what they're for. Now maybe I will. Is this damn thing working? Oh, hello there. Say, you look like you're an old hand when it comes to the adventuring business. Mind helping me with the situation? I sent my retainer to Drybone the other day on a venture. Hunting, to be precise. Simple enough work, right? Except now she's gone missing. Much as I'd like to head out there and look for her, though, I know full well that I'd be feeding the buzzards before long. So if you're willing, I'd be much obliged if you could go to Eastern Thanalan in my stead. Oh. Oh wow, looks like I didn't finish one of my dailies today when I thought I did. Whoops. Oh. Am I actually there? That's a different area. Okay. It would have been funny if I was going to the exact spot where I had not finished my daily. But what's funny is I'm at the point where I get 6 homage quests per day. But your quest log can only handle 5 at a time on the sidebar. So I'll just not notice that one of them's not done, and I'll just go turn them in because they look all like they're all done. Whoops. Oh no, there's an enemy abound. How will I defeat the gaunt nightmare dogs? God, why do they look like that? You can have one of them as a mount too, but it still looks like that, and it's like, how will that support my weight? there's a lot of weight. Why do the dogs look so weird? They still make normal dog noises when you hit them too, like sad little boys, and it's like, I don't... What? I'll say it again, this game's made by cat people. And not like the dogs look like horrible monsters whenever you encounter them, and there's 2 playable cat races.
You, sir, are a saint. I thought I was done for. What's that look for? I take it you've never seen a retainer on a hunting venture before? It's a regular part of my duties these days. Though I admit I'm not very good at it. Oh, my. Is that who I think it is? Hello? Yes, he arrived in the I'll return at once. You still are... They don't change their clothes when they go on missions like this? I'm afraid I don't have time to stay and chat. Duty calls. But thank you again for saving my life. I wish I could reward you somehow, but... I know. Go and tell Chichabi, my supervisor, how you helped me. You can find her at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange in Old Da. Be sure to pay a visit. I was a little disappointed you didn't seem to be able to even customize your retainers' uniforms in the first place. They all wear the same blue suit, seemingly. But, on top of that, it looks like they go on, like, these, like, violent expeditions out into the world where they could be in danger. And even then, they still are dressed like that. I'm like, oh, they don't have like a hunting costume? This is nice, by the way. They finally updated the map. So among other things, you can just tell what you're highlighting, and it goes between the different pages, and it's like, oh my god. This is going to be so much better, probably, for being able to tell where my quest is and what waypoint to actually use to get there. But yeah, like, look at my dudes. Like, they dress like that. Are you telling me I'm gonna go send them on hunting missions and they're still gonna be dressed like that? That seems ill-advised. Can't you give them something that is helpful in some way? Greetings, sir. Is there aught you require? I know exactly of whom you speak. This was not the first incident. Mayhap she lacks the fortitude to undertake ventures. Oh dear, I know that look. No one has informed you of our latest services, have they? In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we have established a new system through which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should you wish to avail yourself of this additional service, you just need to pay your retainers in advance with ventures, which are a scrip issued by the Adventurers Guild. I gather you have none in your possession, so allow me to give you a token sum. Nope, I already have some. Ha 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 ha. Shut up. Your retainers have received basic instruction in a variety of disciplines, but they want for experience. If you would like them to undertake anything more than the most menial of tasks, you'll need to furnish them with quality equipment and give them opportunities to hone their skills. So long as you bear that in mind, I think you will not be disappointed. And they give me 6. So this is on top of the Chocobo stuff. You also train your retainers. This is a lot. How am I doing? So I have 38 adventures. So I already had 32 when they were saying I had none. How dare you? I'll be taking my business elsewhere. You assign them a class? That's really close up. It's because the camera looks at the bell, not the person. A little rude. Assign a retainer class. This can be any class without those with the hand. Oh. You can only pick classes you've already unlocked, which is just Pugilist.
Apparently Dancer and Samurai don't make the list. Okay. That's awkward. The progress in the current class will be reset if you change it. They can level up, but they can't level up past you. Also, Miner, Botanist, Fisher. So they can be gathering classes, but not crafting classes. I guess Pugilist. As a disciple of war magic, your retainer will be able to undertake hunting and field exploration ventures. Okay. He did not change to look like a pugilist at all. You must now equip a main arm on your retainer. Select the view retainer attributes. Okay. This is a whole lot of stuff. So I need to go find a level 1 pugilist weapon and an entire armor set, apparently? That's a lot. Why is his maximum level 51 when I'm level 61? I have additional questions. Are they gonna look like the gear I put on them? Because he looks like that gear and he's not wearing that gear. Fun fact, I used a Rothgar name generator and then like either picked my favorite or combined two names together and so on to name my guys, because apparently you need unique names. So like the first like 10 things I came up with weren't options. I don't really remember what they were at all, but none of the names that I could use were options, because on top of every single character on the entire server having unique names, your fucking retainers have to have unique names. And a lot of people's characters have like... A lot of people have like two... Well, I mean, two is what you get for free, but I think a lot of people have even more. That's just... That's a mess. Independent Arms Merchant. Alright. Disciple of War, level 1. Punchy Gloves. Right. Yeah, I know I can't equip it. They had to confirm twice whether I really meant it. So I guess I could buy an entire armor set from the armor dude, and that's what they want me to do? Let's see. Gladiator, Marauder, Link, Paladin, Warrior, Durgan, Dirk. I don't think I see Monk or Pugilist. I don't even know what some of those stand for, honestly. So I can't buy that. And those other ones require higher level. A decent number of these require higher level, actually. I'll buy this one. The only level, yeah. I think the chest piece is the only level 1 gear. Everything else you have to be higher level to use at all.
It is I, your most loyal and capable retainer.
Well, now you have a brass knuckle and one of these. Oh, it looks like I have some stuff just lying around. So he is going to look like the stuff I put on him, apparently. Which still means not wearing helmets, which is funny. Okay, so I was wrong about that one detail, which is that he does actually look like the gear that I put on him. So it's something to do with all your random shit that you don't wear on yourself. I guess there's that. Look at all them stats you got. You look ridiculous. So do I have a better... That's actually... that's a lot better, actually. What the fuck? What level is this gear? I guess they're cosmetics or something, actually. Not that it's much worse than what he would be wearing otherwise. Here, let's let him wear the jacket instead of that yellow nightmare. I don't have any pants for him though, so he's still wearing the retainer's pants. It'll have to be enough. He's gonna go punch people with his... Oh, are his gloves... Oh, his gloves are glamored to... into claws. It's funny. It's like some of the stuff I'm giving him are re-glamored into something else at the moment. Hey, like the neck piece is a bandana. It's funny. Oh, I know it's not. Or yeah, no, yeah, it's the weathered choker that's re-glamored into a red bill scarf, which is like a recent find. Hopefully I'm not accidentally putting stuff on him that my other specs need for some reason. Guess we'll find out. There. Drazanek has gear now. I don't remember what his name was. I'll click Assign Venture. 3 pages of tutorial. Ventures are tasks which send retainers on it's just timed missions like from Facebook games from 10 years ago, right? And then they were in Assassin's Creed, and then they were in and they were also in the Old Republic, and now they're in WoW and Final Fantasy in every game. And even Monster Hunter, of all things. Although at least in Monster Hunter they're tied to gameplay, because they proceed by one interval of progress every time you do a hunt, which is how everything works in Monster Hunter. Almost nothing is based on real time, which is at least better, because it's based on you playing the game, and it's like paced around that specifically, and instead, so it's the same pacing whether you play the game frequently or infrequently, compared to how much you play, as opposed to other games being like, oh, it's gonna be done in 8 hours, so if you play all day, you can't make it go any faster. Let's see. If they're well equipped, they'll come back with more stuff. You spend ventures. They do things. They somehow still come to you and also sell things on the marketplace while they're on ventures somehow. All right, they're very capable. So there's gathering missions, and then there's adventure missions, basically. I'm summarizing a bit. But you have to pay them first with ventures. You have to pay them ventures to put them on ventures. That's not confusing. Hunting. Level 1 through 5. Animal skin. That is the only option. So I guess this will result in me getting animal skin. He'll be back in... Your favorite retainer would be more than happy to do that. You've assigned Drazanek a venture. It'll either take 1 minute or 1 hour. I don't know which interval that was on, to be honest. Oop. And now we have to wait. Well, I like that it doesn't just look the same anymore. It's cool that you actually can equip them. And it affects their appearance and all that. Where is my timers? There it is. I went right to it. $59. Okay, that's an hour. All right. Well, we're not following that up right now. All right. New task. I feel so betrayed right now. Okay, so I'm gonna do this because I'm already here. So let's unlock the sightseeing log. But I just discovered that you get 3 dances at level 14. That's like day 2 of this entire series. I could have had 3 dances. I already have one of them. I already have the ball dance. But that's the old Da dance quest. There's a dance quest in all 3 capital cities that you unlock at the same time as that one. And I'm like... I'm sitting here doing rep grinds for certain dances and stuff to get my bullshit, and all this time there was like a super high level. There's like 2 incredibly easy to get low level dances just sitting right there. So we'll be getting to that. But first, let's deal with this. As if I'm not busy enough without playing Lost and Found. Oh, do forgive me, friend. Once again, one of my customers has departed without her belongings, and I'm at loss what to do. While I understand that adventurers may have cares on their minds, 'twould make my life much easier if they could keep their personal effects in order. But you did not come here to lend an ear to my grumblings. Wait, am I gonna get... Is this the level of variety they were at when they were writing this expansion? I mean, this original game, I mean, which is a sequel to itself. Final Fantasy XIV is weird. It is a sequel to itself. I just got the challenge log by walking into a bar and some adventurer forgot their challenge log. Am I really gonna get my sightseeing log by walking into a bar and someone forgot their sightseeing log? They'd like, write different quests. This is the book in question. The face of its owner was unfamiliar to me, but Errol over there seems quite smitten over her, as with every pretty lass he lays his eyes on. But that's neither here nor there. Might I trouble you to inquire as to the girl's whereabouts? I found the man to be less than forthcoming ever since I spurned his advances. Wow, what a piece of shit. He sounds exhausting. Right next to somebody who has another quest. What is that one? Oh yeah, that's like the whole thing. That'd probably be its own episode if I ever get around to that. I think I've heard about that already.
Ah, the sweet little thing with the journal. Of course I remember her, and I remember her well. Had a smile to warm the heart and a laugh, a lilt, one might say, to tickle the depths of the soul. And she was the most eager to hear the tales of my travels, which speaks to a keen and sensitive mind. Jilly, I believe, was her name. No, that's not right. Jilly was the redhead from last week. Ah, damned if I can remember. You must understand, no small number of comely lasses seek out my company. I dare say keeping all the names and faces straight is an adventure itself. Anyhow, the girl spoke of paying a visit to Epkalu Falls before traveling on. Like as not, you'll find her there now, shedding a tear or two at our parting. Do pass along my regards if you see her. She should be readily recognizable in that charming straw hat of hers.
He has his own quest too. Oh no. Oh, she's here in Gridania still. So I guess closest to like the... Maybe Keto's Amphitheater? Big screen glow. Well, triad matches are not allowed in the current area. Why? What even is the point of those kinds of limitations? There's areas you can't play triple triad? Like, you just meet with another player, right? Like, I think you could do it in any area that the two of you can be in. Maybe not like the smartest thing to allow in PvP areas, maybe, or a raid. But how am I getting that? How am I getting a message like that in town of all places? It's a card game. This is the best place to play it. Everywhere in this town.
Pardon? I don't believe we've met. You've something of mine, you say? My journal. Thank the 12, in my haste to escape the clutches of that insufferable mutton-monger, it slipped my mind entirely. Might I be so bold as to ask your name? You have my gratitude, Zev. It may not look like much, but I count this humble diary among my most prized possessions. Its pages brim of tales of the most heart-stirring sights to be seen in our realm, as told to me by the sensitive souls I have met in my travels across Eorzea, tales that have struck me with the most incurable case of wanderlust. As an adventurer, you too have seen the realm, I am sure, but I would ask you, Zev, have you ever truly seen her, borne witness to Eorzea in her myriads of splendor? Have you stood on the palm-fringed beaches of Costa del Sol, just as the sun peeks out over the horizon, its rays kissing the sands beneath your feet? Have you lost yourself in the night sky of the Sagoli, adrift amidst a boundless sea of stars? Why do I even try to convey the words with which must be seen to be appreciated? To our fortune, whithersoever we wander, Eorzea's beauty is but a stone's throw away. If I may quote my journal, yes, this is the one.
Afore the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over with the light ethereal. Such were the conjurer's words, and I would see as she saw. I saw for myself before coming here, and I can assure you the conjurer spoke true. Indulge me. Go there and look out upon the beauty before you. I would hear your thoughts. Down by the Conjurer's Guild? Let's take a look. Brave with that guy in chat. He's like, hey, I wanna do PvP ranked. Looking for whoever the fuck will respond to my message, apparently. That's pretty risky. You have no idea how good they are at the game. Sounds like he's probably trying to like fulfill some kind of quota, but not actually necessarily do well at PvP. Unless he's trying to make some lifelong friends, in which case, go for it, I guess. See if I can do this correctly or not. Did I do it? You have looked upon one of Eorzea's stirring vistas. Is it that one? Or, yeah, I think they mean in the inside of the gate. As identified by the explorer Millionth Ironheart, report to Upkalu Falls and report your signing. Did I say signing? Finding? What the fuck did I say a second ago? I spoke strangely. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Hey, Upkalu Falls, could you stand a little closer to... No, it's not her name. Millionth Ironheart, could you stand a little closer to one of these glowing thingies? Just for me. How often am I going to be visiting you? In fact, what is the structure of this whole thing I'm getting into? Welcome back, Zev. I trust you were as moved by the sight as I was. The great stone that adorns the entrance of Stillglade Fane is none other than the Sky Serpent's egg, cast down from the heavens by Nofika the matron so long ago. And those mammoth tree trunks, remnants no doubt of a primeval forest. Whence did they come? Why do the two great arbors grow as one? This I do not know, but what I do know is that the realm is replete with such beauty, if only we know where to look. This is what compels me to wander, not the promise of power, glory, or riches, but a burning desire to bear witness to all the wonders around us, as wrought by gods and men alike. Though we've just met, the twinkle in your eye tells me that we share certain aesthetic sensitivities. It'd be my pleasure to gift you with a sightseeing log of your own. In its pages, you'll find my record of the most stirring sights in the realm. Both those I have seen with my own eyes and those I have, thus far at least, only heard of in my travels. No doubt your adventures keep you occupied, but is this not all the more reason to take in the sights as you travel, that both body and mind might enjoy a moment's respite from time to time? And who can say, perhaps you will discover glorious new vistas that have eluded even me. With that, I wish you safe travels, Zev. When you have seen all there is to see, pray return to me. I would like nothing more than to share impressions with a fellow sensitive soul. Now that you have access to a sightseeing log and compendium of the most beautiful sights seen in Eorzea is compiled by the explorer Millionth Ironheart. To open it, do the logs. The snippets of information contained within identify and seek out the locations described. Note that certain sites may only be properly appreciated at a given time of day or under ideal weather conditions. Oh fuck. That sounds like a huge pain. You can't do anything about either of those things besides wait. Perform the designated emote while taking in the sights, and the entry for the corresponding vista will be marked off. With your sightseeing log in hand, go forth and see Eorzea as few has ever seen her before. Oh my god. You kind of lost me when you said time of day and weather. Uh-oh. Vistas are often difficult to reach, some requiring sprinting or jumping. I'm pretty sure I can fly, so we're past that part. So you have to perform the right emote at the right place with the right time of day and the right weather. Man. And they only tell you what map it's on, but you have to figure the rest out. Like, East Shroud. To know the Sylph, you must be the Sylph. I may lack for wings, but a short climb will put me in a similar position. Lights dancing in the dark before me. I ponder what mischief I might make, were I Sylph, that is. Such were the scholar's words, and I would see what he saw. Wow. There's 20 of them, and the time of day ones are going to be bothersome. We'll see. I bet that this is on Heavensware. If I were to guess. Yep, sightseeing vistas. So they're on here. Oh. But funnily enough, Heavensware only covers Heavensward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers. It doesn't seem to cover the sightseeing vistas from the vanilla game. Huh. That's not very nice. I'd have to find them elsewhere, I suppose. A bit of a pain either way. Looks like my venture is done, though. Well, not much more is going to come of that for a while, I think. So you want to be a Lancer, so you want to be a Leather Worker. Let's see, let's head back. If one of them is if one of the dances is available in each town, which I believe is what I remember being the case, I could probably do one here. As to whether or not I'll cover sightseeing stuff, I don't know, I guess it depends on how much narrative there is to it, or how interesting it might be. I'll investigate that in due time. What a crime they have committed! They seem to have hidden this one. Is it this one? Is it the same guy from a second ago? Oh my god, it is. They put a dance! And it's in a regular quest. It's not even in a blue one. You gotta really scour for that. I make no secret about my disinclination towards Gridanians. Wow. Just gonna go straight at them. As you may know. I don't know you. All I know is you hit on people and they don't like you. But as I just saw, a rare sight that I'd be remiss not to share with a fellow adventurer. Just over yonder in the acorn orchard, I saw a comely maiden, you keep calling them that, new to these benighted parts. I'd wager, dancing with a gaggle of younglings. 'Twas a dance I'd not seen before, and I've seen my fair share. Do they perhaps ready themselves for some fresh rite? After so much doom and gloom, I wouldn't mind a day of merrymaking. Ah, just the thought excites me. Would you see what it's all about? Sure, but I'm never talking to you again. Bye! Where is it? Way the heck over there. Would you like more full screen glowing? I might systematically purge all of the blue marks from town. At least the ones that aren't new classes. That's a hell of an undertaking. Until I actually want to get the new class. A day of merrymaking? Is that all you adventurers think about? I am here to teach, my dear fellow. From me, these younglings are to learn a most sacred, meaningful, and uniquely uplifting dance. Now I realize full well that tradition may not hold much allure to the young, but I don't think that... I didn't think they would up and run away. Oh. This manner of disobedience is unprecedented. It's all the more surprising considering that they obey the timber master without demur. What I wouldn't give to know his secrets, but I must wait here for unruly charges. I wonder, though, might you ask the man how he tamed them?
How do I tame these children? Do I use a leash or something? Give them little treats? Oh, that door doesn't, that's not a real door. Can't use that one. The guildmaster's name is Beaten. I guess we know how he tamed the children. Jesus. Another green adventurer come to play with saws? Apparently not. Speak your mind, child. So the younglings would not heed their dancing master, and I am to provide the solution. Master Yedith seems able enough, but having no generosity towards herself, she has none for her charges. Give the younglings these on her behalf, and bid them return to their lesson. Would have been nice to be able to use that door, you know, instead of running all the way around the whole building, you know. Just saying. Just saying, bud. Give the toys to the children. Oh, apparently up here? And Old Gridania.
Scoop with both hands, then look left, up, right, down, or is it up, down, left, right? Konami code? Okay. I wish you would let me take notes. Just come out of nowhere with a Konami code in here. Oh, why this is made of maple. It's unmistakable. Master Beaten would tell you the grain of it almost flows like syrup. Someday I'll be a timber master like him. He wants me to go back to Mistress Yedith's class, doesn't he? He always tells me that if you can true as a verb? True a piece of wood, there's no excuse of not truing yourself. Alright, I'm going. True? Truing. We're saying truing now, and we're just gonna accept that. Okay. Definitely one upside for Peloton over Sprint is that you can keep, it has 100% uptime. It lasts 30 seconds, but its cooldown's only 5 seconds, so you can just always have it up. Unlike Sprint. But I don't want to be a dancer. Why can't I just play? I mean, I guess we could dance for fun, but I don't think Mistress Edith knows how. She's so uptight. I dance for war, child. Is this one of Master Beaten's toys? Does that mean there's more if I go back to class? I'm on my way. It's funny that everyone's like, ew, dancing for fun? Gross. It's like, I dance to kill. I run off because it's boring. All Mistress Edith says is how we're doing it wrong. Hey, it's one of Master Beaten's. If this is supposed to be a bribe, then you got yourself a deal, adventuring man. Yes. Like giving candy to a baby. Wait. So somewhere in New Gridania. Because you can see from all the arrows pointing off the screen. I've spent the least time in this town out of all of them. It does not come up much. Well, I don't know what sorcery you worked, but the younglings are back, and I do believe we've reached an accommodation. 'Twould seem I was stricter than I imagined, and loosening up a bit has made a great difference. This dance is for the Feast of the Harvest. To give thanks to Nofika and the elementals, there must be no aggression in this dance, lest the matron be angered. It's very, very important. I do realize I haven't made the best first impression having you fetch my students for me. To make it up to you, would you let me show you this dance? Think of it as kind of a
A peace offering. They get so goofy. What is that going to look like on this frame? The legs are disguised a bit by the costuming. Probably not my final dancer costume, but most of the ones I had before I couldn't wear, so I need to like do quests as the dancer to get dancer loot until I have gear they're allowed to wear, because it's not, you can't use the same gear as samurai, which means you can't use the same glamours, surprisingly. Why, you were born dancer, dear sir. And so say we, and so say we. Who's doing this? Oh, it's this guy. Comes a sailor from the sea to show the laddies how it's done, and so say we, and so say we. Why are you in a combat pose with a sword out? Swings his axe and says, remember, shiver, shiver, me timbers, and so say we, and so say we. So it's like a shanty, I guess. Oh gods, no. Master Beaton, what have you done? You've brought a weapon to the sacred dance. The matron forgive us. We are surely doomed. Oh no! Master Beaton, you scared her off. We were having fun. Remember Master Beaton? What's that, a sailor's song? How do you know it? Never mind how I know. More to the point, what could have troubled Mistress Edith so? You did. She said we're supposed to be peaceful of the elements, or the elementals will be upset. And you know how uptight she gets. The course of relationships never does run smooth, child. You will all discover this in time. Why did you come here armed with a sword in a weird battle pose? Everything about that was a strange thing to do. The harvest dance. Let's see, what glamours work? This is one of the OGs. There we go. Get rid of the Halloween emote for now. Alright, what is this? It looks hard to do with how quickly you like move your torso strangely. Probably having some trouble with the knees, those boots that are way too much. I'll take it over the goddamn ball dance, which is what we got for Inolda. I've had this since like the beginning of the playthrough as my only alternative dance until recently, because we only did the level 14 quest in Ul'dah. So these are from the same tier, or if you want to call them that. You get them at the same time in the story if you find them. Which admittedly, being that color, whatever you call those quests, the normal icon, the one that like the one behind me, that makes it blend in. There may be a lot of blue marks, but there's even more of the other kind. Good for what ails you.
Oh my, oh dear. My cask of ale is gone, and it had to be the one ordered by someone who doesn't brook tardiness. I would bring the matter to the Maelstrom, or perhaps seek help from the Yellow Jackets, but my client would likely frown on involving anyone official. An adventurer such as yourself, though, would be capable of doing a little unofficial investigating. Would you help me find stolen ale for me? It was right outside Fisherman's Bottom. Someone surely saw something. What's that? You would have the client's name. Oh, none of that. Discretion creates opportunities. Now do go to Fisherman's Bottom and make your inquiries before this cold of mine grows worse. The bloody executioners. That sounds like a not good faction to be getting involved in. What am I doing to myself? Maybe that? What? I don't know what floor that's on. Oh, that's the down arrow kind of is a giveaway, isn't it? It's raining. I'm shiny. How am I going to survive being so shiny? I haven't used this costume for a while, but it's like the first one I was really happy with, I think. I used it in the art of my character for the thumbnails and all that. After a cask. Well, can't rightly say if it's your cask, but there was a big fella come by recently carrying one. Asked me if I had smoked Mackies and then would go down... Oh. Asked if I had smoked Mackies, what would go down nice with ale. Tain't the only thing I know neither. The last wore black, and you know what that means, the bloody executioners. Gotta keep asking around about the bloody executioners. They seem friendly and undangerous. And cleanly, most importantly.
Looking for Dodas and casket ale, eh? I'll help you. Dodas that ain't a bad sort for a swiving trader. There was a toper come asking after the cask. Wanted to know if it was ale, the poxy fool.
Okay. This last one. The small bone seller?
Did I see someone walk off with a cask of ale? Why, sure, it was during the afternoon offloading. Well, it didn't look like a thief, though. Hoisted the cask and walked right on over to the Astalacia. Astalacia.
This is how much faster you go with Peloton. I can just cast an obnoxious number of times, making the particle effect fill the screen, and it has a little circle around me like Lucio's speed boost. I don't know if anyone else could see any of it, though.
What are you looking at? This is... dance duel. A dance duel. Much more important than anything you got. Much more.
That guy is such a confusing mix of naked and armored.
You may be able to scamper up the rig into the crow's nest, but can you get down? Not for a siren's teach, you great clodhopper. Begging pardon, Captain, there ain't no Mikote alive heavier on her feet than a great Galutin Rogadin such as yourself. Well said, Captain, and well retorted, you bloody Sunseeker. Or was it a Moonkeeper? What other lands have they got here? Who even cares, am I right? Who are you, anyway? There's a whole passel of you afore, but now there's only one. That's a miser's trick, it is. Nope, nothing worse than a miser. The whoreson, what with a madrigal, or admiral, what was his name? He didn't like no drinking nor dancing. Bad for his... Corals? Corals. That can't be right. Corals, ha! Of course you're right there, laddie. Should never doubt myself. Anyways, just madrigal, like... Call him Madrigal Pinchfist passed decrees like they were farts. He decreed no dancing within a hand's reach of spirits. But no Madrigal's smarter than a sailing man. We just stopped reaching with our hands altogether. We invented step dancing.
That showed magical pinch fists in his corals? Aye, that's right, fella. It gets me all fired up too. Makes you think like, oh, I know. You want to dance. All this time, I just thought you were just being churlish, and my character looks so frustrated, but also we don't even know what he's saying. All we know is that they're not hearing it. No, I insist. I dance first, talk later. That's the way of it. That is not a happy face. Oh, there he goes. No one's easy enough to learn. Why, you KGC fox dancing like sailing folk you do? Could swear there was 3 of you, or was I just... Never mind. He's practically a brother now, you ask me anything. I'm never gonna talk to you again. A cask of Dodderson's ale? Carried it off the fisherman's bottom my very own self, I did. Had to, matter of fact, we drunk all we had aboard. Of course, Dodderson's getting paid for it, someday. Don't makes a difference if he frets a night or two. Why, you reprobate whoreson, that's the tale of the cask you lugged in? Blackguard, you dare call yourself a bloody executioner or hugger-mugger about what belongs to who? Dodderson has the cause not to mule about the colors we wear, and you play him for a fool? I'm sorry, Captain. Wasn't thinking it through. Gots to fix that, I do. It's what they call a coral failing. He's big on coral today. Adventurer, I beg pardon for my man. I swear, Limelin mistook him for an oyster and gave him grit for brains when she made him. Since you're already here, how about you square our account with Dodos and take this payment to him? We're much obliged. Everything's fixed-ish. You danced with us and all, so I'm trusting the guild won't inspire any moral failings in you. That's some long keel on the Atalicia, if you take my meaning. I think I'm wearing the earring that comes with the new expansion. I thought my glamour had my other earrings in it. What I cannot. No, it says all classes. Is it too high of a level? Level 20 in all classes. Why can't I? Oh wait. Accidentally switched off of it. It's not even the right one. Like, obviously I can't use this weapon because it's the wrong weapon type, but... Does that icon mean that you can't transmog over this when you're wearing it? Menfina's earring? Maybe. There's a lot of text on the screen, so I can't sort through to find the right spot. Oh well. Gives me an experience boost on every character I play and a bunch of stat bonuses, so... I mean, if they're gonna give it to me, why not? It's a significant... I think I can wear it as every class, and they'll just give me a giant XP boost to all of them. So good for leveling alts if I need to ever. Where's the stairs? It's also got really... It's got like... It's probably normal elsewhere, but holy crap. Like, it has a bunch of colors I'm not used to seeing on the text. I don't know if it's yellow because it's such a high-level piece of gear, or if it's yellow because it scales with your level. I think the stats might scale with your level. It might be the equivalent of heirloom gear from WoW, which I didn't know was a thing in this game. Maybe it was until this item, for all I know. There you are. Not a moment too soon. Did you find my ale?
Huh, well that's the price I was to receive, but where'd you get it? Oh, from the bloody, the clients themselves, I see, yes. There's always some blusterly young fellow like that, hasn't earned his swallows or stars yet, I'll wager. Cards, you say? Captain Monket is kind to say so, I'm sure, but I hail from Ulda. We trade with anyone who's got the guild to pay. Pirates, princes, they're all the same to me. And if I know these particular pirates, and I do, they'll be wanting another cask soon to drink away this little fracas. Many thanks, adventurer. He's like, oh, we can't fuck this up. There's somebody who doesn't give a shit that we're pirates or whatever. And it's like, no, he's from Volda. He doesn't have... He's the one, ironically, that doesn't have to worry about the moral failings. Let's see. I think it's time to remove probably Rally. I do like Chuckle and Furious, but Chuckle's probably next. As I slowly fill this entire thing with dances. Nothing but dances. There's so many. I have so many right now. It's 10, I think? Yeah. I have room for 12. And then I have to start worrying about things like, let's see. I wish TP brought up teleport. I don't want to write the entire word teleport every time. Because it does work, right? Yeah, it does work. It's just inconvenient to write the whole thing. So I do want to have sprint, peloton, mount roulette, and teleport on my bar. I can get over typing return because it's on cooldown. It's only for the really specific context of me wanting to go to Ulda for free. Anyway. Just keep adding more. I was just missing 2 this whole time. They're both way better than the freaking, the ball dance I was stuck with. So there's 3 golden saucer dances and 3 level 14 dances. And there's 3 Heaven's Ward dances that are from the Beast Tribes. And I've been working towards those ones. Already have 2 out of 3. We're getting there. It's kind of absurd, just the variety of what you can get your character to do at some point. That's like half the appeal.
Drasnek has completed an adventure.
To claim the things, you view the report. Alright. Guess who's returned to tell the tale? Why, me, of course. And my leather jacket. That's just left over. Sale history? Oh yeah, it's all this random stuff. You can actually see the history. Wow, that glaze nut is worth more than everything else he sold ever combined, basically. Somebody named Baja Blast bought one of my items. What a name. Alright. There it is. Complete report. Animal skin. What does reassign mean? Confirm? Look what I brought, just for you. You gain experience. Like you, your retainer can gain experience and levels. This, in turn, will allow your retainer to undertake a wider variety of ventures, yielding more desirable items. Moreover, equipping additional gear in your to your retainer will will increase the quality of So better gear makes him do better. I have 38 ventures. He's now level 2. You have to remove all of their gear in order to change their class. That is a process. He looks so fucking goofy. Like the leather jacket and the boots or whatever, but then he's got these stupid button-up like these suit pant things. What a mess. I guess I'll just keep sending him out. And that's probably all I'll really show of this process unless something interesting comes of it. Until then, it's just like, I don't know, I've got ventures, I guess I'll just keep spending them. And then he'll level up as you go. But of course, your favorite retainer would be more than happy to do that. On one hand, I could send the other guy. On the other hand, I feel like I think with Vojamir, I'll wait until I get a gathering skill and then make him do that. Then I'll have a hunter and a gatherer instead of just one person that does. Instead of both of them being the same class doing the same task, that just feels wasteful.
All right, little buddy, old pal, friend, McBoy, dude.
I got the goddamn broom at some point. Clean stable, you poor boys. There. You're all cleaned up. I'm the only person that cares about you. I think that makes all of you my chocobos. No one else gets to use you anymore. I get to have 4 chocobos. Ha ha ha. Fair. No. What do you mean? Brooms are single use in this game? What is that? You have to pay for a new broom every time you want to clean your chocobo's stable. This entire mechanic isn't even useful to me. I play with friends in my MMORPG. Alright, well, there's nothing in this bed. Are you sure? There's a few subtle hints that I don't know, you do not possess seeds. This tantal plant. Harvest? 9 tantal plant. And a partridge in a pear tree. Alright, where do I get seeds from? Did they get seed? Can I get seeds from the plant? You should be able to do that. Your garden has crops which are ready to harvest, which when you harvest a plant and it contains produce, it will disappear from the garden patch. In the event of a different plant species were grown side by side in a different bed, they would also render up new kinds of seeds. Through experimentation, you can look forward to some truly inspiring yields. So it does. I should plant seeds. You do not possess soil. It's right there. I can see the soil. Okay, so I do have apricot seeds. I just don't know how to plant them because of soil. I'm not dealing with this right now. Hello, would you like tend to my chocobo? Train. Let's use a tantal plant. Considering how their foot is shaped, that looks really painful of a thing to stand on. There you go, buddy. And then I feed you. Do I not feed you tantal plants? It says there's no chocobo feed in my inventory. I thought a cracker root or a tantal plant was it. Increase your chocobo companion's max HP. I don't understand. What? I guess I already forgot whatever they taught me before, because it's a different day. How are neither of those items chocobo feed? What does that mean? Did I autopilot through it? Did I miss the part where it told me to use? Did I use one of those 2 things during training and just didn't notice I did it? Maybe? Because okay, well, this is a mechanic I'm basically never going to interact with, but I'll probably passively poke at it every now and then because it exists. Panda Prince is right there. I thought I was the only person online, but I did AFK for a while. You'll be unsurprised to see that I'm basically just following a guide. I mean, I just am. I'm just following a guide to figure out what there is to do. Mostly going in level of unlock order. And it's just stuff that unlocks usually mechanics along the way. I'm taking a little detour for a pet. Not that I necessarily will. I don't know if I'll use it, but why not? I'm curious what the puppy and cat quest might be like. I do like my little frog kind of, but I'm not crazy about pets usually. Well, you do get the frog from the cool storyline with the witch stuff. So this should be like cats and dogs. Yep, I'm in the right place. You look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhap you've noticed the corals and jackals at each other's throats of late. I've never seen anything quite like it, and the bloodshed only worsens by the day. If this continues, I dare say that one of these groups will wipe out the other before long. Now it bears mentioning that this species of coral isn't native to Vilbrand. By rights, they shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have had a hand in these dealings. Her name is Recontai. After some probing, I've come to believe she's somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she is like to flee at the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. I need you to speak to her and learn all you can.
Take a look around. She's bound to be nearby. We're at Aleport. Take a look around. She's somewhere nearby, like, basically in line of sight from you. What's this? So they've sent you to do their dirty work? Well, you'll never take me alive. Never! You ran through me. What in the world? That was the... She ran towards a wall. Unless she's going through that wall, that's the worst direction to go in if she's trying to escape. Anyway, I have an airship. Catch it. Hello. Goodbye. Friend of yours? Please don't hurt me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I smuggled in the corals for breeding like you asked, but that's it. I ain't the one setting the jackals into the frenzy, I swear. Eh? The Yellow Jackets sent me, and now no pirates? What the hells didn't you say so earlier? Well, you caught me. I'm behind the corals in Aleport. Those good-for-nothing pirates had me breed jackals for them, too. With the right training, they made for nasty watchdogs and the like. But the pirates wanted... I hear someone... Oh, so there's somebody fishing in a Santa costume. Okay, just a normal adventure where there's a random cat girl Santa just fishing when you do a quest. But the pirates wanted more, and that's why they asked for the corals like they did. If you want more, just breed more jackals. I don't think the corals are going to help. They're not... They don't have similar behavior patterns as dogs. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them before I could finish the job. Suppose they did want to wait... They didn't want to wait for the breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose trying to get rid of the corals and clean their mess. I'm a victim as well, you know. Aye, they paid good coin for the animals, but now they got folk chasing after me, wanting to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry and tell those Yellow Jackets I ain't to blame, you hear? You are to blame. It's just you're not the... You still did half the stuff you weren't supposed to do. You just aren't the client. Ah, you're back. What can you tell me of Vircontai's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well. It was her greed that brought the corals to Vilbrand, and she is sorely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we now know why the corals and jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. The pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we managed to capture Vircontai's assailants. They are being questioned as we speak, and it won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, the Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there's still the matter of Vircontai and the beasts running amok in the fields. I shudder to think what might happen should the jackals and corals continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you're ready to begin. Bum 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 bum. Man's best friend. Vircontai is admitted to breeding jackals for pirates, but I fear she may be concealing more to be smuggled elsewhere. I bid you speak with her once more to prove my suspicions true. If she wishes to play the role of victim, perhaps this time she will be more forthcoming with information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, her cooperation will ensure a lighter sentencing. Now then, we need to do something about the corals running wild in the Vilbrand. Jackals have greatly reduced their number, but the presence of corals will upset the balance of predation in Aleport. Given time, they will establish a breeding population and perhaps even prey upon more than just animals, like house cats. House cats are an invasive species, and if you let them go outside, they're fucking with the entire... Like, they're hunting things. Like, they fuck with how things work out there and mess things up for the wild animals. A large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through Aleport daily, meaning a great many people will be at risk unless we stop the corals here and now. As much as it pains me to say this, they must be done away with. I like this no more than you, but we Yellow Jackets must put the safety of people above all else. Reports indicate the corals last sighted somewhere in Skull Valley. When you're ready, pray seek them out and do what needs to be done. Am I about to rescue or help the jackals, but slaughter the cats? This might be the first data point against the idea that this game's made by a cat person. You know, the other data points being all the cat people. The Yellow Jackets want to know if I'm hiding more jackals. Fine, I'll come clean if it means preserving me liberty.
All the jackals are long gone, but there's a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from here. Jackals are easy to come by in Aleport, but wolves? You can be sure folk will pay good money for them. With the yellow jacket breathing down my neck of late, though, I haven't had time to care for him. Poor thing's probably too weak from hunger to move. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you where I hit him, but if you want to take him, best move now. What with the corals running wild, killing the pirates' jackals now, won't be long before they start snooping around for more animals to train. I have to warn you, though, he may be a pup, but he'll likely make a meal of anyone that gets close to him. Try winning his stomach with this here succulent bone, and if that ain't enough, try rubbing his belly to soothe him. Yet, if you can rub the dog's belly, he probably already rolled over and shit, so he's probably not about to make a meal of you. You can bet he'll be following you everywhere. I left the critter in Quarterstone. Hurry before the pirates find him. Meow, 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 meow. It's a baby coral by the body. Oh, evil scurvy dogs. They got little collars on them. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, why they still make the sad noises? And they got little collars, so you know that somebody owns them. I'm just killing someone's dogs. This is a distressing quest to go through. God, corals look so much cooler than jackals. The wolf type characters are so off-putting in A Realm Reborn. Cat noises. Meow. It looks at you affectionately. Corals are a pretty neat design. Its head is weirdly small compared to its weirdly giant like shoulders and stuff. But the weird tentacled cat leopards. And I remember they're definitely from other games. This seems to be like an this seems to be like a shockingly brief quest. But that's usually... I do wonder if some of these were patched at some point. Or if really this was always the idea of how Final Fantasy XIV has worked. It's just, each quest is 5 minutes of dialogue and 10 seconds of gameplay, and it's like a little startling how abruptly they end. You're like, oh, okay, that was the whole quest. Okay. Let's see your best... Is it soothe with an E? Yeah. Let's see your best soothe animation, Zev. No? There it is. That's your soothing animation is calm down, and then they're like, don't tell me to calm down! Sniffing, and happy dog. And I guess that's it. Now I have a cat and a dog. Just that easy. They're quest items, not inventory items yet. Ardikontai, from that person's name. You went looking for the starved pup in Quarterstone. You have any luck? Ah, so this is the pup Ardikontai has been hiding. Well done. He looks like a wolf and more like a Doberman? Is that the right one? Or maybe a German... I mean, it's vague enough. It could be like a Doberman or a German Shepherd. All the ones that are like brown and black. She was here not long ago, as a matter of fact. It seems she was willing to cooperate with the authorities and help set things right. But that's not all, friend. While you were searching for this pup, a group of pirates related to the investigation was taken into custody. We couldn't have done it without your help. The ringleader has yet to be found, but perhaps now Aleport can enjoy a moment of respite. I was sent to go kill corals, right? But you guys just didn't need to? They were already wiped out by the jackals? So all I did was just kind of get 2 babies. All that remains is what to do with the pup. He seems to have taken a liking to you. Perhaps it would be best if you looked after him. There's simply no room for him at headquarters, and letting him wander out there on his own is out of the question. I realize how sudden this is, but please give him a good home. Oh no, I'm gonna get exactly what I wanted when I looked up this quest. Here's the cat. I see.
so this baby coral is all that remains. It's truly a shame that it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against the corals, but it would seem that you slew the pirate's last litter while saving this one. Let us at least take solace in knowing the bloodshed has ended. This is like a double genocide. This is distressing as a quest chain. I just wanted a little puppy and a little cat as a pet, and the context seems unnecessary. Jesus, what is happening? There's a bit of good news to be had, however. I received word that not long ago that a group of pirates related to our investigation was taken into custody to instigate such carnage without scruple. The true animals in this case have been placed behind bars. With any luck, their leader and remaining members will join them shortly. But what to do with this baby coral? Seems quite fond of you, almost as if you were his father. The yellow jacket's not fit to care for a coral, especially when full grown, but we cannot simply release him back into the wilds. I suppose there is only one option.
Do they ever fully grow? Like into each version of the mount, maybe?
Friend, I leave this baby coral in your capable hands. I'm sure you will do what's best for him.
They prime it for like there being a mechanic where you care for them, but I think it's just a pet forever. And there's no things going on beyond that. But there you go. A handful of minions, of which I do not have many. Oh god, I have way more than I thought I did. I was not expecting this many rows. Oh yeah, there's like weird ones where like if you subscribe for a while, they give you some of these. I think some of them might be narratively given, like Midgar Sormar, but other ones I think show up. I think some of the other ones show up just like as a reward for being subscribed for a while, kind of like the costumes. And then still other ones have been given by audience members. But this is a longer list than I was expecting. It's probably longer than my mounts. Yeah. No, that's not the full list. That's the full list. Yeah, but more than the mounts I've got. All right. That went places.
All right. Time for another one of those important mechanics that I should have unlocked a long time ago, but I just got away with not unlocking for a long time. And admittedly, isn't especially important so far, but it will definitely become important at some point. Let's see. Not the name of the quest I'm looking for. I don't think. Waking the Spirit. Yeah, I'm looking for Waking the Spirit. Okay. I think I need to switch to Culinarian or something. Oops. I'm going south. But yeah, this whole time I still have not been able to use materia, and because it's hiding over here in this quest. Materia feels like it might be an important enough mechanic that it probably should be in the top left corner, you know? Like your Chocobo companion, like apparently Feisty little Chocobo is important enough to put in this top corner up here. Why is the unlock materia mechanic, I guess I just, yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like I invented a purpose for the top corner that never existed, but Feisty little Chocobo was up there, and I don't know why that was up there. So I don't know what to say about what determines what goes where, but it feels like all these really important ones that unlock an entire mechanic should definitely be up here in some kind of like priority list order, where it shows the next one that you can do right now that's the most important, and so on. That makes sense to me. We're here for Phobos. I've gotten away with this not mattering because stats never matter that much, and I'm basically always over leveled no matter what I do because we're playing expansion content and so on, and the post expansion patches let you keep leveling up a bit, so you're like halfway done with each expansion's level before you even start it because of the previous patches giving you some experience, and we're fine. But eventually you actually want to be able to take gems out and put them back in to customize the stats of your gear, because stats matter eventually, and you don't just equip whatever has the highest item level and then stop paying attention, which I've done this entire game so far. I have just been picking a spec and then auto-equipping gear based on that button, because that's all you need from so far for the first hundreds of hours. Why, hello there. I see you're a disciple of the hand like me. Mayhap you're interested in learning how to meld materia into gear. If so, it'd be my pleasure to teach you. Ready to begin? Good.
Now then, there's one thing to keep in mind when melding materia slots. Arms and armor each have a certain number of these slots, and this determines how many pieces of materia they can host. Normally, an item cannot host more pieces of materia than it has slots. However, as with most other things in life, there are certain exceptions. But this sort of knowledge is for later down the road. After you've become more experienced, you may want to broach the subject with Master Mutamix. Now, off you go, and happy melting. How do I do that? Did I just gain the ability? I love how whenever someone says they're going to train me, it's like, you want to learn this? Okay, here you go. Bye. Like, there's a similar level of abstraction in other MMOs where you buy stuff instantly from stores, and you're just like, oh, I have a skill. I bought it for 5 gold. I just have it now somehow. You know, you bought it, and then they plug it into your brain like in the Matrix. But it's funnier when you have a whole conversation about it, but the conversation still doesn't in any way smooth over how hilariously abrupt the unlock is. You can now meld materia into items, gear that can be enhanced significantly by affecting materia to the slots available with most weapons, tools, and armor. The number of slots available on a piece of gear can be confirmed by viewing the help text. To affix materia to an item, highlight a piece of gear and select meld from subcommands. Next, select the materia which you wish to affix. Similarly, you must wish to remove the materia. You may do so by highlighting and selecting remove. That was not much. That was not very deep. Why do I have to unlock this? Why can't you just have it immediately in the game? What's the point of this being hidden over here in a weird, obscure... Okay, this guy has a slot. Meld. These are all the things I can meld. I don't have any materia though, so... But that's where you do it. There we go. I guess that's the end.
Uplander is joiner of materia. Uplander desires to join muchly, yes. Then Mutapix makes brain case of Uplander rattle with secret knowledge of materia.
Aren't you an expansion race? I don't know. Were Gobbies or whatever, Goblin Boys dudes, were they in vanilla? I don't remember. The rat guys were. I like those guys a lot, but that's a different race entirely.
Uplander desires to join muchly, yes. But first, Uplander must be proving readiness. Uplander, shall we do attaching 8 pieces of materia? Then let Uplander and Mutamix trade tongue flaps again.
Meld materia before Mutamix. I don't have any materia, so... Bye! Hello, Coco Samu. Marvelously mutable materia. I'm looking for... I'm looking for Forging the Spirit? I don't even know what this one does. Is it gone? It's supposed to be from Swine Bros? Swine Bros. Why doesn't he have a quest? Did I get it already somehow? It doesn't say it has a requirement to unlock it. I don't know. I guess it says it unlocks something and it has materia in the name, so I should do it. But I don't know what quest this is.
Riddle me this, friend. Have you ever found yourself in the unfortunate situation where your pockets were near to bursting with all manner of materia save for the sorts you're wanting the most?
So it's like a materia reroll?
Well, I have, and I tell you, it felt like I'd brought a sack full of fishing poles to a gold mine. Now I ask you, what if there was a way to melt down a couple pieces of materia that weren't availing you not, and mold them into a shiny new piece that, Nymea willing, that just might strike your fancy? Oh god, is it random? The most handy procedure is something we like to call shifty making. Rather, that's what Master Mutamix calls it. Myself, I've coined the term transmutation, which I'm hoping might find favor with adventurers like yourself.
Shifty making is better. Go back to that.
How's it all work, you ask? I could tell you, but why ask the student when you can learn from the master? You'll find Mutamix over there, likely jumping out of his boots looking to trade tongue flaps about his discovery.
So I gotta talk to Mutamix anyway. Can you give me materia? How do I can't do this quest without materia, which I don't have on hand. Shit. I've been selling it at the merchant because I don't, or at the auction house because I don't have a use for it.
Uplander seeks knowledge of shifty making, yes? That Uplander should make open ears to tongue flaps of Mutamix. Process of shifty making is big help use. First, be taking 5 need not materia, yes? Melty-mix this one, melty-mix that one, squeeze and squash, then big eyes!
This is my favorite speech pattern out of all of the gimmicky speech patterns of all the races. It's great. I'm pretty sure it's like Skaven adjacent or something, which is another thing I barely know about, but I just know that it's really entertaining how they talk.
5 need not are reborn from the shiny new. But shifty making is not simple like crafty making. Knowings of shifty making are much and many in Uplander's brain case, though big for Uplander is small.
Wow. Okay.
Uplander needs not be making worry face. If Uplander has many need not materia, bring them to Tent Ring. Mutamix will shifty make for Uplander.
Mutamix will perform materia transmutation for you at any time free of charge, but bring the goblin 5 pieces of unwanted materia and he will transmute them into a single new piece to use as you see fit. It sounds like it might not be random. That said, materia transmutation remains an inexact science. Oh. As for what manner of materia will emerge each time Mutamix works his wonders, not even the goblin genius can say so it is random. Okay, that first one really gave me false hope. Okay. What is happening over here? It's got like it's got like eyes. It looks angry. It's trippy looking. Entertaining. Between this and the witch, I want to see more wacky stuff. But yeah, transmute, materia removal.
Uplander is asking Mutamix to shifty make. Uplander should be hand swapping 5 pieces of need not materia with Mutamix.
I have none. Can I use fire shards? Yeah, no. This is on hold until I can get some materia, I guess. Whoops. There's not even a summoning bell nearby. I think I have 3 materia from today's daily quest that are probably still being waited to be sold, but I might have to just find the cheapest materia on the entire store. There's probably really cheap ones somewhere. Especially if I'm not even picking a stat. Alright, let's try this again. Also, hopefully I can actually use these materials. I don't know the materia rules. But Piety Materia 5 was very cheap. Also, Materia 1 seems to be way more expensive than Materia 5. Maybe that means it's bad or something? I don't know the rules. But I thought the higher numbers would be better. So that was confusing. But when I opened up Strength Materia 1, it was like, would you like to pay 30 grand? I'm like, oh fuck! No one prepared me for this! I'm standing in front of him, I'm highlighting him. This is probably what I'm supposed to do, right? Alright, let's try to meld the materia. Can I not do it? Okay, that's a good sign. So, I remembered I can look at stuff that... I realized I was just looking at the gear I was currently equipping. And so I think I'm better off if I look at the other stuff around here, so... I can put into these chakrams here. 100% success rate. Boom. And this random skillet. Oh, no, not you. But you can have another one, it looks like, maybe? I'm a little afraid of... Let's try not to repeat the same one in case it gets me in trouble. I don't think Piety even does anything for any of my specs, but I've been not even using materia up till now, so I'm not really concerned. I'm just trying to qualify here. Is there a lot of skillets? I don't think skillets can have, this materia. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just double up then. And hope it still... Give me a 5. Okay.
Is it replacing the same one instead of going in the other slot? Can I click on the other one? Oh no, the other, no, it's off the list, okay. I didn't see one with 2 full because it went away, I think. Anyway, we're getting there. There we go. All right.
Uplander has good joining skill. Mutamix give Uplander secret knowings of word bond. Mosty part, one fighting tool bears only little materia, but if Uplander uses secret joining skill, one fighting tool bears many materia. Maybe. Mutamix teaches Uplander secret joining skill, but Uplander keep in brain case that it sometimes work unrightly. Will fighting tool be Uplander bear? Will fighting tool of Uplander bear many materia, or will materia turn to bitty bits? Using secret joining skill, not for unstrong of bladder.
It sounds vaguely like the was it Hollow Knight had a trick where you could where there's a pretty decent progression system where you could equip charms in an increasing number of slots that at a variety of costs. But there was like an exploit you could do to trick it into letting you equip more than you were supposed to be able to, like kind of like a mashing that would like break it. And I think eventually they patched it in so it was a mechanic, so you could do that on purpose, but there was an in-game penalty that where the game got harder as a result or something like that. Advanced materia melding. By learning the general action advanced materia melding, you can attempt to you can attempt to attach materia to gear which has all of its materia slots filled. While the benefits of having multiple materia attached to your gear can be great, success is not guaranteed, and the consequences for failure can be great. For a botched meld will result in loss of the materia. Only the new one or all of them? Probably only the new one. But yeah, so he has 2 slots and he's trying to put a 3rd one in. But I already used up all 8 of mine because I bought exactly what I needed. And also, I guess I don't have much needed to gamble right now, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, I can retrieve materia, I can extract materia. Armory chest? There we go. Gotta remember everything is sometimes. Let's try to find one of the ones that has a thingy in it. I can try it this way, I guess. Extract materia. Why not? Oh, retrieve materia and extract materia are different ideas, aren't they? Yeah. This is about how I have a 100% chance of getting the materia back out of it. And extract is some kind of thing where I must be able to get materia, like create materia by ripping it out of items somehow. Probably like a disenchantment. Enchantment? Alright, so I've retrieved 4. Now I can try to advanced meld on this one because it has 2. Extract meld. Just click meld, I guess. 17% chance. Advanced materia melt in bulk. Okay. Let's just keep trying until one succeeds or it works, I guess. You're attempting to meld additional material to an item. If you fail, you lose the material. Yeah. I got it. Did I get it on my first try? Nope, 3 materia were lost in the process. I got it on my 4th try. So this one now has 3 piety materia in it. So that's how it works. And it's very risky, but it gives you something to do with if you're like far enough into endgame that you've mashed so many of them into all your gear, but you keep getting more materia drops, and you're like, but what if it worked eventually? And like, eventually you'll get more. I'll admit, I don't know what stats do in this game. I mean, I've played RPGs before, I have the concept of stats understood, but I could not tell you which stats are for who. To this day, whenever I pick an item as a reward, I'm like, I don't know, that sounds vaguely combat-y or something. I don't know if I want tenacity or piety. Do monks want piety? Sometimes monks want piety because they're monks. But other times they want like dexterity and hit chance and whatnot. I'll learn it when I need to, which might be never, or 3 years from now when we catch up with the story, who knows.